students, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. Myself Snehal Mane, teaching you science for grade 6. In the previous class we have started new lesson, that is lesson number 4, sorting materials into groups. So we sort out or make the different list of different materials present in our surroundings so that we can easily use it. Yes. So we have seen in the last class the properties of materials. The properties of materials. So what are the properties of materials? Those are appearance, hardness, transparency and solubility. So let us take a quick review to see the properties. Appearance, hardness, transparency and solubility. Okay. So metals are lustrous, they appear to be shiny, and the wood, rubber or a piece of rock, those are non-lustrous, that means those are not shiny. In the same way we can also take one more example about a piece of cloth and a tumbler. Why a tumbler is made? A tumbler is made so we can put something into a big amount, right? So a tumbler is made up of iron or steel. Yeah. So if we want the material which is to be placed in tumbler, can we place the material in piece of a cloth? No. If we take a piece of a cloth and try to put water in it, what happens? The water flows away. That means we cannot hold the water in the piece of a cloth. So we have to use a tumbler so that we can put the water properly. Okay. So we need a tumbler like a glass, plastic, metal or different things which we can hold it properly. Similarly, it would not be wise to use paper like materials for cooking vessels. Yes, for cooking we cannot use different things. We have to use the things which are made up of metals. So materials usually look different from each other. Wood looks very different from iron. Iron appears different from copper and aluminium. At the same time, there may be some similarities between the iron, copper and aluminium that are not there in the wood. So different materials are there, different uses are also there. Then the next one is hardness. We have seen rocks, iron and many metals are hard, and the different materials like rubber and fibers are soft. When you press different materials with your hand, some of them may be hard to compress while others can be easily compressed. That means after pressing we can find out the material whether it is hard or soft. Take a metal key and try to scratch it with it. The surface of a piece of wood, aluminium and a piece of stone, a nail, candle, chalk, any other material or object. You can easily scratch some materials while some cannot be scratched so easily. So this property tells us that materials which can be compressed or scratched easily are called soft. Those are soft in their nature, while some materials which are difficult to compress are hard materials. For example, cotton or sponge is soft while the iron is hard. In appearance, materials can have different properties like luster, hardness, rough or smooth. The surface can also be the rough or smooth. In the same way, the materials may be hard and soft. The texture or the appearance or the surface of the material may be rough or smooth. The next property we have seen is about solubility. We learn about the solubility of substances in water. Some substances are soluble in water, some are not. Sugar is soluble in water, sand is not soluble in water. Substances which are not soluble in water are called as insoluble substances. Similarly, some liquids mix with water whereas some do not. water mix up with one another. Oil and water do not mix up with each other. They lie separately as wax floats on water. The substances as salt and sugar which disappear in water are said to be soluble, and substances which remain as such and do not disappear in water are said to be as insoluble materials. As we know, salt and sugar get dissolved in water. A soluble substance goes in water and forms a transparent solution. That means the dissolved material gets disappeared. It is not visible in the water. We have also seen oxygen is essential for living organisms. What is the source of oxygen for aquatic animal? We know that air is mixture of gases. Besides other gases, we know that air has oxygen and carbon dioxide. These gases are partly soluble in water. Oxygen present in water helps water animals. It means helps aquatic animals in breathing. Okay. So, aquatic animals and plants breathe with the help of oxygen dissolved in water. We have seen about the floating properties of objects. An object will float or sink in water depending on whether it is lighter or heavier than the water. Some materials float and some sink in the water. Property of substances floating on a liquid is called flotation. Get some pieces of rock, sand, iron, nails, coins, a piece of wood, wax and a spoonful of oil. So, by this we can do an activity and see that whether which objects floats on water and which object sinks in water. You will find that plastic, wood, wax and oil floats on water while other materials sinks. So, materials which sink in water is denser than water. Material which floats on water is less dense. That means the materials lighter than water floats and materials heavier than water sinks. So, let us do an activity. You must have seen earthen lamps. Can you make a lamp which floats on water? Yes, we have seen earthen lamps. Now, we have to make a lamp, or we have to try to make a lamp which floats on a water. Let us try making it. Things we need are twist off cap of a bottle, any bottle cap which can be twisted off, cotton wick, transparent container, it means a glass container, oil, water, pair of scissors and matchsticks. See, this is the twist of cap of a bottle. We have to make a hole in the between, punch a hole in its bottle's cap large enough for a rolled up sheet of tissue paper to pass through. Now, this is the cotton wick, and that the cotton wick should pass from this hole. So, we have to make a small hole in the middle of the bottle's cap. Take long cotton wick and pass 1/8 of it through one side of the cap. So, the upper part should be only this much and the inner part should be this much. The inner part should be little large in size. Now, fill the bowl with water and oil in such a way that the oil is more than half of an inch deep or deeper than the long side of your wick. See, you have to take water in this jar and then put slowly oil. That oil should be 1/8 part of the water. It should be 1 inch near about. Place the cap that float on the oil. Let the wick to soak up its fuel. Let the wick soak up all the fuel which is present in the jar. Set it on fire and enjoy the light. So, this is the activity which we can do. So, we have learnt from this activity about the nature of water and soil. Oil is insoluble in water. Oil is lighter than water. So, oil floats, and thus when we put a cap on this, the oil which is present here gets dissolved by the cotton wick and cotton wick gets lighted. Now, we are going to see the next property, that is of transparency. transparent material. Objects placed against light, we are able to see light through them. Even the objects placed on the other side are visible through transparent materials. See students, what are the transparent materials? When we place an object in front of us and then also we can see the other side in a proper way. So, objects placed against light, we are able to see through them. Those materials are called as transparent materials. When placed against light, we are able to see light through them. Even the objects placed on the other side are visible. Those are called as transparent materials. Glass, some plastic, water and glycerine are transparent materials. Glass, some plastic, water and glycerine are transparent materials. For example, we can do a small activity. Now you can take a piece of a glass where you can take anything which is on the opposite side and place in between a glass. You can see the other side very clearly. So the object which is placed in the middle, that is glass, is called as transparent material, as we can see clearly the other side. So those materials are called as transparent materials. Now the translucent materials. A small amount of light passes through translucent materials. Frosted glass, milk and certain plastic are translucent. It means for example, just now we have taken a glass from which we can see the other side very clearly. But when we keep a translucent material, we cannot see the clear part on the other side. So such materials are called as translucent materials. Frosted glass, milk and certain plastics are translucent materials. Next one is opaque material. Opaque materials do not allow the light to pass through them. Opaque material, for example, instead of glass we can take now a wood material. Wood is a opaque material. When we see from the wood material, we cannot see anything on the other side. So that is called as an opaque material which does not allow light to pass through them. Wood, metal, rock and walls are opaque. From that we cannot see the other part. So that is why they are called as opaque materials. So before going to this, we will see a video for transparency.
Have you played hide and seek game with your friends? Would you like to hide behind a wooden door or a glass door? Can you tell what is kept inside a wooden cupboard without opening it? Can you see the watches placed in a glass case? Here, we find that all objects cannot be seen through. The quality of an object that allows light to pass through it is called the transparency of an object. It makes the object visible to eyes. All objects are not equally transparent. Therefore, it can be used as a criterion to group objects into different types. The substances through which we can see the things clearly are called transparent substances. Some examples of transparent objects are glass, water, air, etc. The substances through which we can partially see the objects are called translucent substances. For example, wax paper, ground glass, etc. Substances through which we cannot see the objects at all are called opaque substances. Examples of opaque substances are wood, cardboard, metals, etc.
So this was about the transparency. Now we will find the general properties of materials. Metals. Metals are shiny, hard, strong and flexible. Metals can be heated at high temperature. Metals are malleable and ductile. Some metals are magnetic. Okay, so these are the general properties of a metal. Now we will see the conduction of heat and electricity. See, you can see some utensils which we use in our kitchens. If you observe the utensils in your kitchen, you will notice that though most of them are made up of metals, their handles are made up of wood or plastic. Can you see here, students? These are the metals which we use in our kitchen, and most of its handles are made up of plastic or either of wooden. Yes, these are made up of plastic or wooden. Materials through which electric current can pass easily are called as good conductors of electricity. In the same way, we make use of metallic utensils in our kitchen to cook our food. You might have noticed most of the utensils that are kept on flame have their handles made up of plastic or wood. We make utensils from materials such as metals which are good conductors of heat. So these are the materials which are good conductor of heat, but this heat passes through the handles also. When we hold it, we may feel hot. So to hold it in a proper way, these handles are made up of plastic or wood which are bad conductors of heat. So because these are bad conductors of heat, we can hold it properly. At the same time, to save our hands from heat, the handles of utensils are made from materials which are bad conductors of heat. To save our hands from heat, these are made up of plastic or wood which are bad conductors of heat. Materials that allow heat to flow through them are called as good conductors of heat, and where the materials which does not allow the heat to pass through them, those are called as bad conductors of heat. Metals are good conductors of heat, while wood, plastic are bad conductors of heat. See here, materials that allow heat to flow through them are called conductors of heat, and whereas the materials which do not allow the heat to flow through them are called as insulators of heat. These are called as insulators. We can also call it as bad conductors of heat. So because of these bad conductors, our utensils handles are made up of wood or plastic, so that we can hold it easily. Now we will see the conduction of electricity. We get electricity in our homes through cables and wires. An electric cable consists of a number of metals, wires with or without a plastic covering. You can see, students, this wire which is having a copper coating inside and outside it has a plastic coating. The metal wires conduct and transmit electricity, whereas the plastic covering provides insulation and do not conduct electricity. So this plastic covering are bad conductors of heat, and this provides insulation, that the current which is flowing inside, it avoids it flowing through outside. So it does not conduct electricity. Materials through which electric current can pass easily are called as good conductor of electricity. Metals are good conductors of electricity. It is this property of metals for which we make use of metals for cables. We receive electric current in our homes and offices through cables, the core of which is made up of metal. The inside material which is made up of copper. Copper is a metal which is the good conductor of electricity. Wood, plastic, rubber cork and certain materials are bad conductors of electricity. Electric current does not pass through them. We make use of non-conductors of electricity for covering good conductors of electricity. These non-conductors of electricity are known as insulators. Now let us see few more general properties of the objects like glass. Glass is shiny, smooth, hard, non-flexible and brittle. It means it may fall, when it is fallen down it can break, it is brittle. We have to handle with a care. Glass can be powdered on crushing. Glass is transparent. Glass is non-conductor of heat and electricity. Plastics. Plastic is flexible. Plastic can be molded into any shape. Some plastics are transparent and some are translucent. Some plastics are transparent, that means we can see clearly the other side because the light is passing through them, and some are translucent as we cannot see the other side clearly. Plastic is non-conductor of heat and electricity. Next is fiber. Fiber is light in weight, soft and flexible. Fiber is bad conductor of heat and electricity. So this was about the different types of properties that we have studied. The different types of property that we have studied are appearance, hardness, transparency, then we have studied about the solubility, then we have studied flotation, floating property of object, then we have seen the good and bad conductors of electricity, then good and bad conductors of heat. We have also seen all the general properties of the metals, objects. Now we will see about grouping of objects. As we have seen here, grouping of objects, it is done because we can find the use of the things when it is sorted very easily. Like for example, material, it is a type of matter used to make things. Luster, shiny coating or covering in metals. Hardness, materials that cannot be compressed easily. Soluble, dissolve in a liquid like water. These are some of the things of different kinds of material. So let us see a video for grouping of objects.
Children, have you seen a ragman who collects old newspapers and other junk from our homes? He always groups the similar things together. This is what we call sorting. Sorting is grouping of objects together with similar properties. We always see similar vegetables, fruits, sweets, spices, and confectionery in groups. Can we group plastic objects with the steel objects? No. Both are different in properties. We can group objects on the basis of similarity and dissimilarity in their properties. We can also group things on the basis of our utility and convenience. Well, One more thing, we cannot further group the things in subgroups if they are alike or different. In fact, sorting also helps the chemist to arrange various medicines either alphabetically or by company name. So children, we can say sorting materials into groups helps us in many ways and makes our life easy.
Okay, so this is about the grouping of things. So we group the things according to our need. We find different kinds of things around us. Things are made up of different kinds of material. A material is a substance which is used for making things. A material is a substance which is used for making things. Objects around us are made up of large variety of materials. Objects are made up of different kinds of materials like wood, metal, glass, rubber, fiber, plastic, metals, metallic, non-metallic and many more. A given material could be used to make a large number of objects. For example, plastic. Plastic is used to make different kinds of large number of different objects. It is also possible that an object could be made up of single material or and different types of material. For example, plastic bottle can be made up of only plastic, but a single material like bicycle can be made up of different materials. Different types of materials have different properties, like metals have different properties, glass have different properties and plastic also have different properties. Some materials are shiny in appearance while others are not. Some are rough, some are smooth. Similarly, some materials are hard whereas some are soft. Some materials are soluble in water while some others are insoluble. Some materials such as glass are transparent and the materials as wood metals are opaque and some materials are translucent. Materials are grouped together on the basis of similarities and differences in their properties. Things are grouped together for convenience and to study their properties. As we have seen that these are few definitions. Luster, shiny coating or covering in metals. Hard, hardness, it means materials that cannot be compressed easily. Soluble, dissolve in a liquid like water. Transparent material which allows light to pass through them. Translucent materials allows only a part of light to pass through them. Opaque materials do not allow light to pass through them. Sorting, grouping of objects together with similar properties is called sorting. Classification, the method of grouping things based on similarities and dissimilarities is called classification. Insoluble, substances that do not dissolve in a liquid are called as insoluble. Metals, metals are opaque, lustrous element that are good conductors of heat and electricity. Rough, the surface that is uneven and has irregularities. I request all the students to read the lesson once again, see different properties of different kinds of material, do the activities given in the textbook. Thank you students.